Alright, we're going to go through the mod section real quick of the food and the beverage side, just so you can kind of get a feel and an idea how to navigate through each one of these. So a forced mod is going to be something that's going to be forced on you. Say, for example, if you're a server and you ring into the bar or a Tito's, you're going to need to know what kind of juice, how do you want it, because the bartender's not going to be there. So that would be something forced to the server, but as a bartender, you wouldn't have that. You would just ring in Tito's because you already know that you're ringing in Tito's. The forced mod, for example, on food, we're going to go through it and order a cheeseburger. It's going to ask us for a temperature, type of cheese, side, and so on. So a forced mod is going to be something that we have to pick. A non-forced is the same mod, but it's just something that we can choose as we please through the mod section. We'll go through that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a cheeseburger. We're going to type in cheeseburger, and we're going to select cheeseburger. See how it says. Now we're going to start with the how we would like it cooked. So first we're going to choose medium. It's going to walk us through right here, and we're going to say we want to do American cheese with it. And we don't want to do any side. They just want to do the cheeseburger. So we can do the none. This none button will always be up here for any choices that you do not want to have. Maybe you don't want any eggs with your breakfast. Maybe you don't want any cheese with the burger. So we're going to say no side and push none, as you can see right here. So we're going to complete this, and we're going to say we don't want any tomato with it. So we're going to see the forced up here, and then we're going to have the non-forced over here. So it's a little hidden at first, but when you click on the non-forced, it's going to bring up the non-forced sections or ingredients that we can choose. So for example, maybe we don't want any onions, but if we choose onions, it's going to charge us for the onion. So instead, when you use the no button, that will eliminate any price that is here. So if there are prices on it, on the jalapenos, on the tomatoes, you choose no onions, and then it'll take the price off, as you can see, so that you can modify your burger, modify your sandwich however you'd like. So we're going to complete this burger. We took off the other onions, so we have no onions here. But maybe they decided, hey, you know what? I don't want any tomato either. So we can go back into this, no problem. We just need to select the item. It's just the cheeseburger. We're going to select all of this, and then we're going to go to the mods section right here. That's going to take us back into, again, the non-forced up here and the forced. The forced mods were the ones that we were forced to choose, so maybe we want to go back and choose, instead of medium, medium well. But the non-forced, again, is going to be the options to say we don't want anything, so maybe we don't want any lettuce. So instead of tomato, we'll say, oh, you know what, I forgot, I don't want any lettuce either. No problem. We just go back into the mods like we were, and then we choose no lettuce. Perfect. We up here in the corner push done, and then we are good. The cheeseburger is good to go. So the mod button right here for food and drink is always going to be available for you to make any modifications, whether it was a forced mod or not. So we're going to go into a drink now. We're going to say Tito's. So we're going to say Tito's, and this is going to be as a server screen, for example. A bartender wouldn't see this, but from a server screen, I'm going to select Tito's, and it's going to ask me to choose how I would like it. So maybe I want it with Coke, maybe I want it with Sprite. There'll be other options in this category as far as up, or maybe as a shot, maybe as a martini bump, and then you'll add a $4 bump. So again, the same way that you access the mods and the non-forced mods, we can get between the forced and non-forced depending on how we have it set up. So we have Tito's that we'll ring in with a ginger ale, and we want ginger ale in it. And then we can go to the non-forced, and we can say maybe we want like a sugar rim. Anything on the mods in any section you can also type. So on the side, and if there's a price, you can add the price. Maybe it's a Red Bull bump and you just want to add it in there, and you know it's $4. Or if there's no price, just leave it blank and we'll add it, and then it'll show up on the side, so that when this is rung in for the bartender, for anybody to see, they'll see it on the side. But when we go to the regular bartender screen, you're just going to ring in a Jack, and it's just going to come up here. So now that the Jack Daniels, maybe for some reason we do want to put a modifier on here, just like on the food items, we select the Jack. We're going to go to the mods section up here. We push mods, and then maybe we wanted to add a Red Bull bump to it. That's what we forgot to do, or that's why we wanted to go to it. Now we have the Red Bull bump there. Again, we can type it in here if we wanted to, but we already have the button there. And then we're going to push done. That completes this order. And now that's the way that you're going to basically navigate between the mods section, forced and non-forced. Remember, you're going to be up right here in this button. Forced, non-forced. Forced, there's no forced on this item, but if there was, you'd be able to see it. And these are going to be how you decipher and get between the two menu screens.